here's the real lesson from El Mencho's final 24 hours. In the modern drug war, there's nowhere to hide. Satellite surveillance, electronic intelligence, international cooperation, and unlimited resources mean that even the most powerful criminals are living on borrowed time. The technology used to track Mencho was unprecedented. Intelligence agencies used satellite imagery, cell phone tracking, financial surveillance, and human intelligence to monitor his every move for months before the final operation. The man who once controlled a $20 billion empire, who had thousands of armed men at his command, who had corrupted government officials at the highest levels, died in a shootout on a dirt road in rural Mexico. El Mencho thought he was untouchable, that his money and violence could protect him forever. But his final 24 hours proved that everyone's number comes up eventually. The question isn't if, it's when. His death marked the end of an era in Mexican organized crime. The age of the super cartel, the massive criminal organizations that could challenge government authority directly, was over. Today, the drug trade continues, but it's more fragmented, more chaotic, and in many ways more dangerous than when Mencho was alive. His death created a power vacuum that dozens of smaller organizations are still fighting to fill. The final irony of El Mencho's story is that his greatest strength, his willingness to use extreme violence, ultimately became his weakness. The helicopter attack, the assassinations, the terrorism tactics that made him feared also made him the government's top priority. If he had stayed in the shadows, avoided the spectacular violence, and focused purely on business, he might still be alive today. But that wasn't Mencho's way. He wanted to be feared, respected, and remembered. And in that sense, he succeeded. 3 years after his death, El Mencho remains one of the most notorious criminals in Mexican history. His name is still whispered in fear across the country, and his story continues to fascinate and terrify people around the world. The final 24 hours of El Mencho weren't just the end of one man's life, they were the end of an era. The era of the untouchable Cartel Kingpin. The criminal who could build an empire and rule it like a king died with him on that dirt road in Jalisco. But the drug war continues, the violence continues, and somewhere in Mexico, another ambitious criminal is probably planning to build the next great cartel empire.